Okay, are you frustrated with your running progress? Are you stuck in the same place no matter how hard you train? Don't worry, you're not on your own. In this video, I'm going to tell you all the mistakes that I see runners making, including mistakes that I made myself, and more importantly, how you can fix those mistakes and move forward. But why should you listen to me? Because I've been there. When I started running, I was stuck in a rut, making all these same mistakes. But with small, consistent changes, I went from barely being able to run 400 meters to running a marathon in 2 hours 21 and winning the British Championships at 100k and running 6 hours and 42 minutes. So if I can figure it out, so can you. But before we start, it's been a little while because I've been looking for my new base camp for training. But the t-shirt winner from the last competition is Patrick Di Lorenzi. Congratulations, Patrick. There's a t-shirt on its way to you. And before I go into these 8 reasons you're not improving and how to fix them, you're in a great place. If you were in those 8 areas, if you were firing on all cylinders and could not improve anymore, then you're looking towards maximizing your potential and not being able to go any further. That's a pretty unexciting place to be. Where you're at the moment, if you just implement a few of these different things, your progress is going to explode. Number 1. Lack of variety in training. I see this all the time. Runners often go out and run all their runs at the same effort level at the same pace because they want to feel like they're doing a workout. So they want that to feel tough. It's just not how it is. Imagine if you just implement 1 speed session per week and you do that consistently on a weekly basis. How much would you improve? Imagine then if you implement a long run and also maybe some hill reps. Imagine how much then you will move forward. The results will be exponential. Mistake number 2, overtraining or insufficient recovery. When I first turned pro, the mistake that I made was thinking, oh, great, I don't have a full-time job anymore. I can spend more time running, more time cross-training, more time lifting. The mistake that I made was overdoing absolutely every area, thinking that more equals better performance, when it's absolutely not the case. As soon as I realized that being a full-time athlete is literally 80% recovery, the better I became. It's having the discipline to do less and the confidence to do less, but the knowledge to do the right things well. Mistake number 3, ignoring strength training. Weak muscles are a recipe for injuries and inefficiencies as you're running. Strength training isn't just for people who want to get big, it's essential for runners who want to be powerful. Focus on your glutes, hamstrings, core, and calves. And just 1 session per week can make you a stronger, faster runner and more injury proof. Mistake number 4, neglecting the right nutrition and hydration. There used to be a saying in the UK club system when I was a kid that was, as long as the furnace is hot enough, as long as you're training hard enough, it can burn through whatever you give it. And a lot of runners would take pride in going doing the cross country and then celebrating afterwards with McDonald's or some junk food. Those runners just didn't make it the distance. They didn't turn into professional athletes. You cannot out-train poor nutrition. And once you realize, even as a kid, once you realize that it's the consistency over many weeks and months and years that makes you into a great runner, a great athlete, then diet and hydration are the pillars of that, together with improved sleep, or as high quality sleep as you can possibly get, together with reduced stress. Mistake number 5, skipping recovery runs. Recovery runs are just as important as your hard sessions. They promote blood flow and pump oxygen-rich blood to the muscles, which promotes muscle repair. It helps you adapt and get stronger for the key sessions. You should run these super easy in zone 1 and zone 2, and all pretty short. Mine are about 40 minutes. It's all about consistency, and recovery runs and easy runs will help you gain that consistency. Mistake number 6, lack of goal-specific training. If your training doesn't align with your goal and you're not getting used to running the pace that you want to execute on race day, the chances are it's going to be more difficult for you to do that. Often I'll see people print something off the internet in terms of a training schedule, work towards that, but it's the wrong plan. So they're starting off from the wrong point. Work together with the right coach who's going to lead you in the right direction and in the right way to the goal that you want to hit. And it's always got to be specific. Mistake number 7, inconsistent training. I see this all the time in runners, and they'll always talk about the last great long run that they did. It's not about doing one great run or even one great week. It's about the consistency over many weeks, over many months, over years for you moving forward. To execute a great training schedule, it takes planning, discipline, and patience. The best way to fully understand this, and not just, okay, I understand and therefore I'm going to keep doing what I keep doing, is understanding this on a deep level. It's not about talent. Work ethic beats talent all day long. And that work ethic is you being disciplined and consistent and getting out there on a daily basis, whether you feel like it or not. That is what equates to success, whether it's running, whether it's business or your career. It's the same thing. Mistake number 8. Neglecting mental preparation. For me, there's going to be physical benefits. There's going to be physiological adaptations. The biggest part of running, whether you're training for a 5K or a marathon or an ultra marathon, is what it gives you mentally and that mental strength. You've got to put that into practice in the training in order to execute all those good things in the race. If you're training for a 5K, and racing a 5K, it's usually around about the 4th kilometer that the wheels start to fall off people. It's getting tough, but they cannot yet see the finish line to put in that final effort. It's exactly the same in a marathon, and it will usually hit you in the 3rd or 4th quarter, so between 30 and 40K. You can mentally prepare for that in a training session. So if you're training for a marathon and you do a session like 20 times 400 meters, put it into 4 groups of 5 sets. First set, second set, you're pacing it in exactly the same way as getting to halfway in the marathon. Then you really need to dig in between that 10th rep and 15th rep. That's the lull period within a marathon. And then the final 5 reps, you can really dig in, but you're focused and you can then see the finish line. If that's a 16-mile long run, again, split it into quarters, 4 miles, 4 miles, 4 miles, 4 miles. And it might be that that first 8 miles feels pretty comfortable for you. Feels like you've got the handbrake on, exactly the same to halfway in a marathon. And then you're digging in or you're focusing for the next 4 miles. And then for the final 4 miles, again, you can see the finish line, but you've still got work to do. That mental preparation can be the difference in you hitting your personal best or falling short. So there you have it. 8 little reasons that you might not be moving forward. And maybe there's just 1 or 2 that you need to work on there. Maybe it's all 8, which is absolutely brilliant. You've got lots of progress ahead of you. But let me know in the comments below, which of those things are you guilty of and which of those things are you going to improve so that you can become a better runner?